Hello everybody, they call me Muse and I welcome you back to Fallout 3, where we have come back down to Earth. Back in our old familiar, well, it's not that familiar yet, stomping grounds. Yeah, we were on a spaceship last time. If you asked me a few weeks ago when I was mouldering away in that dusty old vault, would you like to go and shoot some aliens? I'd have said, heck yeah! And it was kind of fun at first, but after you've killed about 50 aliens, they all get a bit samey. So it's quite dull towards the end, so I'm glad to be back in the wasteland with my friends, the Brotherhood Outcasts.
Always good to see you. What have you brought for us?
And we're now officially friends. They trust me now.
You've definitely proven your worth. I'll make sure to tell our people on patrol that you're a friend of the outcasts.
Cool. I do have some more technology to turn in though.
Let's see what you've got.
You'll like this. It's an alien blaster.
What in the world? Yes, I think the boys down in the lab would be very interested in this. You did right to bring this to us. Now, what would you like in return for this amazing find?
How many stim packs can I get for a blaster?
Here,
Ooh.
enjoy them in good health. Or at least, when you'd like to be in good health.
I'll take 20. And we've got some power cells.
Interesting. Very interesting. This definitely bears some study. Now, how would you like your payment?
How much ammo do we get for those?
Here's hoping you don't have to use
Ooh,
it.
240.
Am I kidding?
That's all for now.
Okay then.
It might generally be worthwhile, bye,
Good hunting out there.
to sell the power cells rather than trade them in. I'm not sure, but we can stroll in here now. He had a key in his power armor, and I thought I'd see whether or not we can pick the pocket of someone in power armor, and it turns out you can. So what does Fort Independence have to offer? Doesn't look that special so far. More of the same, really. Got a few different floors. Should we start from the top? That seems like a good plan. Hello.
Kasdan said you're clear.
Yeah, I'm clear. Cool, so I've got some sort of office down there. There might not be much of interest in here. I'm not entirely sure. It seems like the top floor doesn't have a great deal going on. Identity verification. No scanner. Activate door. That sounds good. Begin contamination, decontamination. Sounds a bit ambiguous. It could just be fill the place with fire. Hold on, not much in this place, to be honest. There we go. That looks a bit interesting. Turret control system. I don't think we want to mess with that. We're not going to get targeted by turrets, so they can do their thing, I think. Yeah, this will be where all the boffins hang out. Research terminals. Minigun. Yeah, we know what a minigun does. Ooh, this door's hard. Nice. Oh, it's over there. Gave a bit of a wiggle at the top, so I kind of thought that was where we were looking, but no. Oh, there's a minigun. Wonderful. Now, it's a big gun. We're not particularly skilled with big guns, so we might leave it where it is. Where do we want to spend our skill points? Let's get science up to 90, repair up to 80. There might be bobbleheads around that will allow us to get things up an extra 10. And I think I know where the science one is. So we might find an excuse to wander in that direction at some point. Contract killer. Any good characters you kill have an ear. They can be sold to a certain person for caps. And negative karma. That would be appropriate for us. Adamantium skeleton would be nice though, because our limbs do take a beating sometimes. And if we're going to get any use out of Nerd Rage, then Life Giver would make it more likely to happen. Because the more HP we got, the more likely we are to trigger it. But Mr. Sandman, bonus XP for killing sleeping people. But I think finesse will still work even if we've got high luck, so maybe we take that and get more crits. Who's putting locks on their first aid boxes? Is there no trust left in this world? We'll take that. Yeah, plasma rifles, laser rifles, everything they've been researching really. We'll take the ammo because it's basically currency. Oh, they've got alien power cells of their own down here. Cool, so that room was a worthwhile find. Hello.
Said you're clear.
I'm clear. Don't you worry about me. And this is the medical room. Now, is there anything else of interest around and about? Maybe not. So there might not be any suits of power armor just hanging around, but that's fine. We've got one back at home. It might be time to go and get it and get back on our adventures. Excellent. We're properly dressed. And now that we're properly dressed, it's time to go and do some stuff. I was going to head towards that radio station that was mentioned, but there's other stuff I could do. We are already doing a good job on the Old Wasteland Survival Guide, so it might be nice to finish that. I think Moira said there were only 3 chapters. And we know where Rivet City is now. See if folks in the market can help us out.
I'm Tammy. Have you seen my good-for-nothing son lately? The little shit is usually up to no good.
I don't think there are bad children. There's only bad parents.
What a load of crap. Obviously, you've never had to take care of some squealing little brat.
What a bitch.
If
Shrapnel.
you want a gun, they call me Shrapnel. I run this place. Got the best damn armament you'll ever see.
Well, I do love guns. Nothing's better than a kick or a 44.
Ain't seen many of those around lately. They're tough to come by.
Can I ask you about Rivet City's history?
History? Fuck if I know. Hell, fuck if I care.
Very well. What guns you got?
What you looking for?
Let's have a look. So he's got a bit more ammo, perhaps. I think it was Flak that we bought ammo from last time, but friend Shrapnel here also has some. Maybe let's repair our stuff first, and then sell things to him to get our cats back. So we can sell a few bits and bobs, I imagine. Do we need 26 frag grenades? Probably not. We got some plasmas. We can sell our combat. Oh, and now we can also sell the rad suit because the space suit is just superior. Cool, so that's a bit of shopping done.
Let me or a security
Harkness.
officer know if you see anything out of the ordinary. Is there a problem?
Yeah, it's a history problem.
I don't exactly have time to worry about the history around here, now do I? I've got to worry about what's happening on it now.
Very well.
Carry on then.
Someone's got to be able to help me. Well,
Welcome to Rivet
you,
City
Seagrave.
Supply. Take a look around. I got all kinds of stuff in here.
Interesting. We've got a few different things. You know they rewrote engrams and a cluster of Android memory subroutines?
Shh. They might be listening. The Commonwealth has tried to make it out to be a hoax, but the escaped android is real, I tell you.
They're probably not
Listen to
listening.
this holotape. It will make you a believer too.
And do you know anything about history?
Oh, I really wouldn't know. I mean, long as I can remember, she's just been here, soaking up all the repairs and attention we can give her. I grabbed a wrench and joined in the reconstruction pretty much first thing out of the womb, but I never really cared about the politics.
Very well. What can you tell me about the reconstruction?
Oh, well, the old girl had seen a lot of damage, especially where the Mirelurks used to nest, and where the super mutants kept trying to get in. I guess the mutants and the Myers got so busy fighting each other, it gave us the time we needed to make this place shipshape. Does that tell you what you need to know? Anyway, we're here in Rivet City, and she's in good hands now.
You think of anyone from back then that might know more?
Last feller I remember from back then was Mr. Pinkerton, and he must have left about a decade ago, after that spat with the science team. He used to have a storage shed in the broken-off bow of the ship. We always thought he was crazy for keeping stuff there. Might have kept a couple records down there, I guess. Careful, though. Ship's a bit treacherous down there in her belly.
Sounds exciting.
Oh, right. I sort of lose track of time talking about the old girl.
Thanks for your help.
See you later.
So, Pinkerton might be able to give us more info.
Welcome to Potomac Attire.
What about you, Bannon?
Welcome to Potomac Attire. I am Bannon, proprietor and city council member. I carry discriminating attire for discriminating customers.
I'm here to do business with you.
Straight to the point. I like that.
I was hoping to also ask him about the history, but... let's see. Yeah, here we go.
Why, I practically set this whole place up. When I got here 12 years ago, it was just a handful of dead-enders squatting in a rusted-out rowboat. Now I'm on the council, and with my leadership, we're the strongest settlement in the wastes. Of course, a few of those dead-enders still stick around, but who'd want to leave?
Pretty sure it's been around for longer than 12 years. Right?
Well, yes, but it was hardly any place of importance until I arrived on the scene. That's all ancient history now. No one would ever care about it. If you insist on wasting your time on that, you could try that bartending old crone down below, Belle Bonnie.
Thank you, Mr. Bannon.
Come back soon.
Well,
Cut it out.
I wasn't expecting to be able to get that information from him. So, Belle Bonnie, a bartending old crone
Don't
down
mind me,
below.
lady.
So easy to get lost in this place.
Maybe a quick fix is something that works.
But if we go back out the way we came... or maybe this way is down below. Right, we got a church.
Monica bless you.
The Mirelurks have been quiet lately. Hello, ma'am.
Don't know if there's anyone interesting in here.
Don't mind me.
That's the rectory door.
Good to see you.
We'll leave that for now. We got a plane. It's kind of cool. The Capital Preservation Society. Bunch of history on there, but none of it's Rivet City history. So yeah, I don't think this place is going to assist us. Suppose we could listen to that tape that we picked up as well, if that's got anything new on it.
Remember that secret android project I told you about? Well, they got some serious pre-war tech on their hands. They nabbed a lipoplasticator and a microdermal graftalizer for the facial reconstruction. Not sure where they'll find a chopper with enough skills to use it without making him look like a freaking ghoul. Oh, and get this. Can you believe they found a circuit neuralizer? That or someone built one. Word is that they're going to completely rewire the brain of one of those things. If you know who they got working on this, let me know. I want to meet the guy.
Okay, it doesn't seem as though that helps us all that much. The Muddy Rudder, that sounds like a bar.
I'm Belle Bonnie, and this is the Muddy Rudder. I'll tell you what I tell all the fresh meat. Don't start anything down here, or I'll have Brock kick your ass.
You can try. This place is a real dump.
Yeah, well, it's my dump, not yours. Either order a drink or get out.
Any stories about the history of this place?
History? What, not enough shit around here already? You need to dig up more? Don't know if it ever had an official start. It's just been here forever. Stuck in the river and full of assholes.
Really? Bannon said he organised the entire place himself.
Huh. Why, that lying son of a bitch. He wasn't even born when I got here. Want to know this tub's history? Only person who really knows it is Pinkerton. And most think he's dead, or gone. He's holed up in the other half of the ship, and he don't like visitors. He'll set you straight.
Okay, so she's also
I'll be right here when you get thirsty.
just pointing us towards Pinkerton.
You see my good-for-nothing son?
So let's see. Shut up about your son, I don't give a shit.
Morning.
Shut up. So, how do we get to the bow of the ship? That's the next question. Do we have to leave the ship and then come back in from a different spot?
What are you looking at? That's secure for a reason.
was going to say, Flack, you can't tell me that all your stuff is secure for a reason and then just walk out the door and close it behind you. You were very close to getting robbed. Dr. Preston.
You're in the Rivet City Clinic. I'm Dr. Preston.
Do you know anything about an android who needed a surgeon?
Well, ancient rumor had it that some hotshot from the Commonwealth was looking for special surgery and some kind of computer tech.
Is that all you know? It seems like it. We could also ask you about history, but I don't think we need to.
Take care of yourself.
So that way leads to the science lab again. That's Dr. Lee's door. Okay, so I guess this is the stern then, and the bow would be down this way. What if we come up onto the old flight deck? Does that help us at all? Seems like maybe not. Well, someone's fit some benches up here, so you can sit down and relax. Yeah, it looks as though all this is barricaded to stop us going any further. There might be a way through the water, maybe? We could swim down under the ship? It's a possibility. We've got a spacesuit that will let us breathe down there. Bridge tower, that probably won't help. Yeah, that just leads us back to the bits that we know about. I guess we could try a death-defying stroll out here, but then we run into this. So that doesn't really get us anywhere. Maybe we do try a bit of a swim. Okay, the water-breathing aspects of this spacesuit seems to have been a lie, pretty much. I wonder if the radiation resistance is doing anything, or if that's also fibs. Yeah, I wasn't seeing much under there that helped us out. Although now we're here, it looks as though the ship has split in two. So everyone is on that side of it, right? So if we could find a way up on this side, maybe that would help us. Ah, here we go. So I might be mistaken about which side of the ship we needed to be on. But right now, it'd be nice to get out of this water and be able to just breathe freely and walk about again. I'm tired of swimming. Oh, hello. There's a Mirelurk. Hit him in the face, that's the answer. Yep. So there's probably more Mirelurks. We found a bit of dry land. Temporarily. Oh, flight stairs, good. That might keep us out of the water. We like this. Which means hopefully we can switch back to our power armor. Scoped 44 Magnum. Nice. So that's the door that's locked to Rivet City. So I guess if we'd found that door, we could have just come through there to get to the broken bow. Oh, it's outside here. Okay. Yep, we didn't come across that, and we wouldn't have been able to pick it open from that side anyway, so I guess this is our destination. That looks like a trap. That's definitely a trap. Seems like we're not welcome around here. Maybe they're worried that we're a Mirelurk. I can assure whoever lives here that we're not. We are more dangerous than a Mirelurk. Oh, we hit that tripwire though. Ah, Jesus. Yeah, I should have probably booked it as soon as I heard the tripwire go off, rather than shuffling around and trying to figure out what it was. Now, what's going on here? What are you doing, Victoria? Why are you here? She'll probably be fine. Frankly, I don't care if she isn't. Got any more of them tripwires? Pressure plates? Frag mines? Got a complete. Oh. Interesting. So, whoever lives here is interested in keeping out people as well as Mirelurks. Unless the Mirelurks are in fact computer nerds, but I doubt that. Quite the cosy setup back here. Yeah.
Hey,
Horace Pinkerton. Hey, to you too, friend.
how the hell did you get in here? I suppose you can't be all that bad if you made it this far without dying. This is the part where you tell me what the hell you are doing bothering an old man who obviously wants to be left alone. Get on with it already.
I'm here for history lessons.
What? I have better things to do than yak about those backstabbers up topside. Now get going.
I ain't the only one who knows the truth about Rivet City's founding.
Ha! Sounds like you've been poking around, all right. I'm surprised any of those reprobates even remember me. Maybe they still laugh about how they edged me out of the council back then. But you can set the record straight.
That's exactly my goal.
For that, you have to go all the way back to when remnants of the Naval Research Institute cleared the Mirelurks off this wreck. About 40 years ago. We were looking for new lab space, and this bucket of bolts just happened to have a well-preserved science bay on it. Everything else just grew up around that lab once we got it up and running. The science team was led by one H. Pinkerton.
That's so. Why are you stuck down here?
About 18 years ago, Lee and her ambitious little team of backbiters showed up. Ruined everything around here, they did. She came in with her big purity project, Pipe Dream, and my whole staff started working with her, those traitors. She even took my seat on the council. By then, I was glad to leave it behind. But hell if I'm leaving the city I made great.
Well, she sounds like a right bitch. You got any evidence of this?
Of course I do. A good scientist always keeps track of their data. Here, they probably don't even remember, but I kept the records of that first council meeting. Take them, if it'll put them in their place.
Excellent. And what kind of work do you do in this bit of the ship?
The secret kind. Well, if you must know, I'm an electrician and computer expert. And I'm a bit of a surgeon. Really, the most gifted scientist you'll find. I'm the guy that got Rivet City up and running in the first place. And after all that, Lee and her gang of flunkies pushed me out. Ha! Project Purity, indeed. What a bunch of morons. They can't even clean some water.
That does sound pretty stupid.
Don't let your guard down.
Most of the Wasteland seems to be getting on just fine. So I assume they've all figured out how to produce pure, clean water. I mean, my robot manages it. My robot that's sat in my room back at home. So if I can do that, you'd think anyone else could cope just fine. Those idiots in Megaton didn't seem to have any problems with a lack of pure water, and they were sat surrounding a bloody nuclear bomb. So yeah, it's not an issue we need to worry about, I don't think. Now, is that book I've stolen one that is going to boost my science a bit more? Yes, it's up to 92 now. Wonderful. Now, you're still fleeing, are you? You're an idiot. There is something around. Where is it? There it is. You gonna turn around, friend? There we go. You gonna calm down now? Good. Stupid people around here. Could not cope for 5 minutes without me. Now, Moira.
Any luck finding out how Rivet City got started?
You can at least turn around. and talk to me if you wanted. But yeah, after some searching, I've got the real history of Rivet City.
Aha! Not just as easy as asking around, was it? Good information takes real work to uncover after all. So, tell me all about it.
Again, as a research station, which is why it's still a scientific haven.
With the protected location and resources that came from those scientific advances, I can definitely see how it grew so quickly. A bit of smarts leads to a big reward, huh? Speaking of which, in thanks, have a few of these for the next time you've got to be quick on your wits. Oh, and I'll let the Rivet City traders know they'll be favorably mentioned in the book. You'll get a discount buying gear from them in the future.
Excellent. Now what's next on the last chapter?
I've got to do a section on working with old computer electronics, so there's some research to be done in the old Robco production facility. Also, there used to be a big library out there. Imagine a whole building full of books. I'll need you to gather information there for me. And that'll be it for the last chapter. So, what'll it be?
She sounded so excited about the library. So we'll save that till last. Let's go to Robco.
It does, doesn't it? I mostly just deal with it after it's junked. But a trader gave me this Robco processor widget. He said it's worth a fortune. According to him, if it's connected to the mainframe in the Robco factory, you could have access to all the robots you'd ever want. Now that would be a great example of how to harness technology, wouldn't it?
That does sound interesting. What's this worth to you, though?
Well, you'll be getting access to an army of robots. That ought to be reward enough, right? But if you insist, I could spare some pulse grenades.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, you should just be able to plug it into the mainframe at the Robco production facility. It'll give you access to the robots and terminals. Okay, here. And be sure to keep an eye peeled for any other examples of how to make old technology work for you out there. Keep up the great research, Super Assistant.
I don't know if I need an army of robots at my bidding. Who would ever need something like that?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Boo-hoo, Megaton blew up. These fuckers deserve what they got. Now, can we get out of here? Or should I just keep waiting next to this stinking hole?
Yeah, let's get back out there, Jericho.
Thank Christ. I thought I was gonna grow a fourth arm sitting next to all this fucking radiation.
Yeah, the Power Armor boys are back on the trail. Even if one of them's a girl. So where are we going? We've got a few different spots we could visit. But there was another location I wanted to get to that's somewhere near Big Town, I think. Not Big Town itself, obviously, because that's just full of losers. Yeah, not 100% sure where I'm going. But this is leading us towards Robco, so we've taken a bit of a detour, but we are going the right way to help Moira. There's also a couple of spots over here, so we may as well check those out on the way. We've got some fences up here, so this could be a point of interest. We've also got some bugger over there by the look of it. Yeah, you got that, haven't you, Jericho? Should we deal with this first? No, you've decided the threat's been neutralized. Very well. Let's go this way then. Because I'm seeing a door. We might want to investigate in here. And it's a vault. Vault 106. I came from a vault, you know. 101. It's full of nerds. Not the cool kind like me that are just clever. Bunch of lamers is what they were. Let's see if this one's full of nerds. Oh, this doesn't look in good shape at all. I think something bad happened here, Jericho. No radiation, though. Could be all sorts going on. What have we here? Recon armor. A security terminal that we can hack. Urgent security notice. If any of our residents notice any unusual odour or faint taste to the air, assure them everything is okay. There's a slight irregularity in our filtration system. If you notice anyone acting out in a strange manner, report them so medical assistance can be sent. Does that sound sus to you, Jerry? Can I call you Jerry? Ooh, hello. Did you see that? Oh, geez. Who's this bugger? Why are random people trying to jump us down here? He looks human. Crazy, but human. Are you seeing this? Scientists roaming the halls, then vanishing. Something is definitely up. Oop. More crazies. Stim packs and such hanging around. So, whatever happened down here wasn't like an attack by raiders or anything like that, I don't think. I'm beginning to have suspicions about that terminal message we saw. Maybe there'll be answers down here in the science labs. Or maybe there'll be more crazies. Yep. More crazies. I think this vault's pretty much done for. You having fun there, lad? Yeah. He's having fun. Oh, hello. Oops. Heck it. You're a waste of ammo. I'm just gonna punch you. Ooh, it's getting sinister down here. And there we've got a scientist? It's hard to say. Might just be wearing a science coat. What the heck? Butch? Paul Hammond? Oh, this has got weird. Okay. Might have stopped getting weird. But yeah, definitely hallucinogens in the air. But where did they come from? Down here, maybe? It's hard to say. Either way, that seems to be a dead end, so we might have gained most of what we can get out of this place. Place almost looks normal. Nope. No. Just more hallucinating. That's fine. More fun for Jericho. I wonder if he's just pretty chill about this. He might have been on a lot of drugs in his time. I imagine raiders often are to pass the time. Now what we got? People running. Some sort of panic. So there were quite a few survivors down here at one point. Not so much now. But what did they eat? I guess they had a bunch of supplies handy. And not everyone made it. Ooh, safe. Now you're talking. Okay, not much of super excitement in it. But that's fine. Another playmate for Jericho. And another one. Blam. And pow. Nice. New asshole torn. And what's this? It's a bobblehead. We suddenly feel a bit more scientific. And in fact, we're now up to 100. You gotta love it. Oh, he's found someone else. I was just about to leave, but no. What are you shooting at? Some jerk. And that, Jerry, is why we don't hang out in vaults, because they're all full of losers. Instead, what we're going to do next time is head off towards the Robco factory and see what sort of mischief we can get up to in there. But until then, Jericho and I will see you later. Thanks for watching, friends.